Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. I'm Simon.
I'm Faye.
And together we are a UK reseller couple selling mainly on eBay and Amazon.
Coming up in this video we have some sales from in here in the barn, and also we're going to be doing some myth busting, so stay tuned.
A couple of videos back we shared our stats about what happens when you've got poorly targeted traffic coming into your store, which is what we had when eBay published our shop name as a part of being finalists for the eBay Awards. We shared with you that it basically wrecked our shop. Now a week has passed since then and we're going to show you what the stats look like now.
Who wants to see some sales from here in the barn? Crate 10 behind you.
Yes. Yeah.
Dalton Bruce Oldfield cereal bowls, 4 of them. These cost £2.75, sold for £15.99 within 2.5 months. They're from a charity shop.
They're the old Bruce Oldfield, blue and white, gold rim. They do okay, don't they? The plates, the big plates do
better.
The best, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other bowls, the like
rimmed soup bowls
almost, yeah.
Alright, then we've got the vintage Anna Cortez Brass Works Limited USA solid brass belt buckles. 3 of these identical belt buckles. They say Saudi Arabia on them, and if you turn them over, it's got the maker on there. They were given to us in a job lot for free from someone, and we sold those for £25 within a week. Crate 3.
Yeah.
Losterware jug vintage vase duo. So it's 2 jugs.
Sort of pearlescent-y
Yeah.
type thing.
That's them. They cost 25p and from auction, and they sold for £17.49 within about 10 months. Crate 24. I can see it. It's right at the front. It's a Beth for Whittard of Chelsea mug, Queen Elizabeth II with corgis and Buckingham Palace on it. That cost £1. I don't remember where I got that from.
I think in charity shop.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. I think it's charity shop.
Okay, and that sold for £22.49 within a month. Then on the table we have a crimpet maker, toasty maker for thins, unused in box. This cost £1.49 from a charity shop, sold within a week for £11.99.
We see these come up at auction, or we have seen them come up at auction in big job lots, but they go for quite a lot of money, don't they? They're quite popular.
Crate 8.
Yeah.
Vintage Duchess floral side plates, 3 of them. They're white with roses on. That's those. They cost a total of 53p from auction, sold within 3.5 months for £10.83 plus post.
You see the Duchess on there?
Yeah. Then we've got the box in homeware. It's there. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
It's flower agate dinosaurs, 2 of them. Pink and cream. They cost a total of 28p. They came from a lot we bought of someone else, and they sold within a month for £7.94 plus post. On the table we have a Planet Hollywood Singapore large enamel pin badge. That cost a total of £2.85, listed 2.5 months, sold for £6.99 plus post. That's a high cost price for that, but it just came with other stuff that we wanted.
That was Cauliflower Soup Man's
yes.
job lot, wasn't it?
Yes.
He sold like a belt buckle for like 70 quid and
Cauliflower Soup Man.
Other bits. That is Howie's Picks, Michelle and John.
I
remembered.
Okay, crate 26 behind you.
Yeah.
Duchess Ivory Breakfast Cup and Saucer, white and green. That cost 68p from auction and sold within 2.5 months for £7.94 plus post. Then on the table we have a big picture from art. Because we're art dealers now, we list art, and I can just see a reflection of our house in the frame. There we go. It's Durham Cathedral. I think this might have been in a haul video. Someone might have said it was Durham Cathedral.
Oh, okay.
I might have made that up. Anyway, it's from a charity shop. Paid £3, listed less than a month and sold for £22.49. It's by JD Lindsay.
Yeah, there's every chance that wasn't a haul video because it wasn't part of the big bulk lot we bought.
Then on the table we have a antique vintage doorknobs wooden ceramic selection with rods and everything. They were in a lot that was given to me by another reseller for free, and they sold for £19.99 within a week. Crate 24. Willow Tree, Our Gift, Susan Lordy from 2006. We had a message, a note from the buyer. Thanks, Faye and Simon, for the offer, and thanks for your advice the other day about Amazon. Maggie. Thanks, Maggie, for watching our videos and for shopping in our store.
Thank you, Maggie.
And if I said it, that sold within a couple of weeks. Then also on the table, we have a little bag of vintage safety pins. There's a job lot of them. Assorted sizes. They cost 43p. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to bin them. I'm just going to list them and see what happens. They sold for £4.99 plus post within 6.5 months.
I can think of like maybe twice in the last 10 years where you said, oh, have we got any safety pins? So I don't think we really need them ourselves.
Also on the table, we have a tarot, a guide to meanings and readings, 48-page instruction book and tarot cards. And we had a note from the buyer on this one as well. Hi, do these actually work and predict the future? Will I win the lottery this year? Just kidding, after watching your last video. So thank you very much for shopping with us.
Cool. Thank you.
Then we've got some arts, number 18 on the shelf.
Art 18.
That's the one. There we go. Vintage patent chariot. English school coloured engraving, mounted and framed. That cost £1.44 in a job lot and sold for £9.99 plus post within a week. And then we've got crate 14. Vintage Crown Devon cabbage lettuce leaf jug and saucer. It's like a gravy boat basically. That is not a gravy boat.
It looks like a cabbage leaf though, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's not a gravy boat, is
I
it?
did think that, but I thought, well, how many cabbage leaves can we have in here? It's got pictures of cabbage leaves on it, is it?
It just looks like a cabbage leaf. It's green. It's
Oh, it was upside down. So if it wasn't upside down, I'd have seen it like that. I would have picked that up.
Look how tiny it is.
Teeny tiny.
That cost 43p from auction, sold in 6.5 months for £8.92 plus post. We also have these shoes. They are Bionic Incoro sandals. They're like pediatric. No, they're not. That's children. They're pediatric.
That sounds the same.
That's no
Pediatric and
podiatry is for feet.
Okay.
Pediatrics, children.
I thought chiropody was.
And that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Shows what I know.
they're for your feet.
They're for your feet. Feet.
Yeah.
Things for your feet. Put them on your feet. Rub them in, and they make your feet feel better.
They're sandals. I got them off I had my head on the other day in a charity shop for £5, and they sold for £35 on the other site within like 3 days. Then we haven't got time for refreshments here. Then
Always
we
time.
have Art 23.
Oh, is it a big one?
It's a bigger one. It's not huge, but it's off the bigger shelf. Yeah.
Big shell.
The ones that aren't wrapped, I haven't listed yet.
Basically, that.
Yeah, I've done quite well though.
Yeah.
But it is time consuming.
It was, what, 68, 69
Yeah, I've done
pieces?
nearly.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 25 left.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably.
Pretty good.
I can do 5 at a time really before I get square eyes.
Oh, it's a bit of modern art, a bit of abstract.
It is. It's a vintage original watercolour painting figure, signed art. There we go. That cost £1.44 in a big job lot that we got. And that sold for £70 on Vinteria
Ooh.
within a week. Along with this little one that sold to the same person on Vinteria. It's an antique Scarborough Spa and Esplanade framed picture. There we go. That cost 10p. That was in a lot from somewhere else.
That sounds like a garage sale or something.
Yeah, and sold for £20. So the person paid £90 for these 2 pictures, plus postage.
About
and
12 quid postage.
yeah, and the cost price was £1.54. And this little one was listed less than 2 days.
All right, thanks for staying tuned. Now, we like to talk about things where opinion is really divided. We have our own experiences, everybody has their own experiences, and it's really great to hear everyone's different views on how eBay works, what you need to get more sales, the behavior of customers, you know, everything that goes into running an eBay store. I think it's really important that you are careful who you listen to. That doesn't mean to say that you should listen to us. We're just sharing like everyone else. But I would say that we always try to say this is just our experience. We don't, if we can really help it, make claims about this or that. And if we do, we only just back it up with our own statistics, our own numbers, our own experiences. We try to stay away from saying this is how the algorithm works. This is what you need to do to get more sales. Like at the end of the day, we're all sort of feeling around, stabbing around in the dark, trying to make it work as best we can. So we're going to talk about a few things that have come up this week for us and just wanted to share those with you. So we had a comment a couple of days ago on our latest video. And the comment was from Zebu7196. I've heard a lot of YouTubers saying eBay stop pushing listings after 90 days unsold. Do you feel this is true? I see you often sell things after a few months, or are you using promoted listings? So it's a really interesting question because there is people that you hear regularly saying once your listing gets to 90 days it's dead. You should delist it, relist it, sell similar, all that sort of stuff. It won't get found in the search. Now, there's one easy way to find out the answer to that question for your own store, and that is pop onto eBay incognito in a private window, search for your products. If you find your products and they're over 90 days old, you know that they're still searchable. But Faye's in a really good position to answer this question because, you know, you're listing a lot. How would you respond to that question?
We are regularly selling stuff every day that's over 90 days, and I think they'll be in this video as well. I'm sure they will be. Whether they're all promoted listings or not, because we do promote our listings after sort of 24 hours of them being live. Is that,
Yeah.
Would you say that's right?
Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look at our latest sale. Yeah, I can see one there that was 2023 stock that sold via promoted. There's another one here that didn't sell via promoted.
So basically, we do switch it on because we want things to sell quickly, but we have a lot of things that are over 90 days, an awful lot of things. So Easter and behind, we're regularly selling things. So I would say that I do not think that eBay hide your listings if they're over 90 days.
Yeah, and as Faye said, we promote everything after it's been for sale for sort of 24 hours. If we're, you know, for around, sometimes it goes on a bit longer than that if we're having time off or anything like that. But generally, 24 hours. I like to give things a chance to sell straight away if anyone's got them in their like watch lists or notifications.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't believe that things get hidden.
No, we did hear someone said to us, was it a year, or there was a couple of things that like the tripods, the camera tripods that we had for a very long time, that we thought this has been over a year, we'll end and relist those.
Yeah.
Because sales did die off, but the 90 days number, I don't think is true.
Yeah. And that's the thing as well, you know, what I said about just be wary of who you're listening to. Are they coming across like they know something for fact, or are they just relaying something that they've been told? Because I've heard people in Australia, in America, in UK saying different numbers: 90 days, 180 days, 9 months, a year, 30 days. And often when they say that, they say an eBay rep told me this. Now, if you've sat in front of an eBay rep at eBay Open or anything like that, you will know that quite often you will know more about eBay than the eBay rep. I'm sorry to say it, but that is just the case. And I know a number of people watching have done exactly that, and I know that that was their experience.
We're myth busting again. Another one is people saying that you have to list every day to have a successful eBay store. Do we think that's true? I don't think we think that's true, do we? No. We don't list every day. I try to list every day, but life gets in the way. Other things happen. The sun's shining. I want to be outside in the garden. As of today, I haven't listed for 96 hours. So over the weekend and yesterday and today. And we have had sales. It's perked up. The longer into the 96 hours that we've gone, we've had more sales, haven't we? Pound sales are up 17.3%, and our units are up 64%.
And that's listing, that's without listing for 4 days, 96 hours. So anyone that says that you have to list every day to make sales, well, that might be their experience. That's absolutely fine. I don't think that people should be saying that you have to list every day, because I feel that piles on pressure for people's lives. I mean, that's a whole nother subject, isn't it, about
Yeah.
sort of stresses and strains of being self-employed or whatever, but I don't feel that pressure is necessary. And I'll go one step further. Will you get more impressions? Will you get more sales if you list every day versus if you just list everything in one day? So if you're the sort of person that likes to list 10 items a day and you believe that brings you more sales, that's absolutely fine. You do it however you like, but if you manage to list all of those items on a Monday, by Sunday, 6 days later, so into the 7th day, you will have sold more of those products because simply you'll have had more of them available sooner. We don't do draft banks, all that sort of stuff, tickle the algorithm, all that sort of stuff. We just believe you need good products at the right price with presentable listings, promoted listings. You know, those are the things that are going to make the difference. Selling things that people want.
I did tinker with that sort of draft bank thing for about 3 days once last year maybe. And because I was sourcing good stock, it was sort of killing me knowing that I had things in drafts that I potentially thought people wanted and where the money could be in my bank account in less than 24 hours, but it can't because it's sitting in drafts. So it was kind of like, I'm not very good at making decisions. I can be really indecisive. And I'm like, oh, which one should I leave for Tuesday? Which one should I leave for Wednesday? And it was just like painful for me. I couldn't do it. So I just list everything that I can in one day. And the pressure that can pile on if you've got children and you want to take the summer holidays off, or you are going away for a couple of weeks, the pressure that can pile on if you think that that's what everyone else is doing and you've got to do that, so you've got to list all these drafts and do all your listings as well. I couldn't cope with the pressure. I really couldn't.
I think what's more helpful is just being active on your eBay account, you know, just as you would normally. So, you know, I do things like checking promotions, coupons, vouchers, sales, price changes, that sort of stuff. You know, you can be chipping away. I feel that you can be chipping away in the background. You know, I think if you didn't log into your eBay account for like 2 weeks, I believe that you've got much more chance of seeing a negative impact than whether you're listing or not.
Yeah, I agree.
And the final thing we wanted to talk about, which we touched on a minute ago, is what happened to our shop when our shop link was published. We talked about that a couple of videos ago. Everything just crashed. Obviously impressions were up because page views were up because people were visiting our shop, but people weren't buying anything, so everything was down. Conversions were down. In turn, we believe that led to lower sales, because when customers are demonstrating that they're not interested in your product, why would eBay push people to our shop? Because the conversions are telling eBay this shop has a load of crap.
It doesn't.
To put it bluntly, obviously, bit tongue-in-cheek. For the week when eBay stopped publishing our link, let me just say the link might still be out there. It certainly will be because so many people were sharing it, but in terms of people visiting there to vote, you know, people drawing people over there to vote, you know, that's not happening now. So that's what I mean by they've stopped publishing the link. The link is probably still there. Social media people aren't trying to drive traffic to that link. So our pound sales are up by 90% versus the previous 7-day period. 90%.
Unit sales versus the previous period are 72% up.
Conversions are back to where they were at 1.2%. I did see them for one day up as high as 2%.
Impressions are up 1.2%.
But page views are up a whopping 21.3%. So customers coming to our eBay business are actually visiting our product pages this time instead of just going to our shop, landing on our shop, and not doing much else. So in summary, I really believe that it had a detrimental effect. We did get comments, obviously, and I completely agree with them, that there's too many other factors going on. You know, it could be to do with weather, it could be to do with what's on TV and all that sort of stuff. And I 100% believe that, because I've been in retail for 20 years. I've done wall charts for being targeted year-on-year sales and having to write, well, it was the World Cup last year, so that's why we sold loads of beer, and that's why our beer sales are down this year. And I've done all of that, so I completely understand that. But I can only go from the figures that we've been presented with, and the fact was that our eBay shop absolutely plummeted when we had poorly targeted traffic. And just in case you're new to the channel, and really just to serve as a reminder, the whole reason we're talking about this is because a little while ago we talked about the reason we don't share our eBay link in public, and we said, and we'll repeat, we're always happy to share it. You know, if you message us on Instagram or anything like that, we're always happy to share it. But what we don't like particularly is having it out there because of the effect it can have on the traffic and the quality of that traffic and what that can do. And so a week after we put that video out, we were announced as finalists in the eBay awards, and what we didn't realize was that they were publishing our link as a part of the voting system. So we just thought we would measure the results of that. So that was all it was about. It wasn't about having a go or being upset or anything like that. We just really wanted to see if what we believe happens to sellers who receive badly targeted traffic to their eBay stores.
Someone did comment on our video and ask if we'd be put off from applying again, and we wouldn't. If we don't win this time, we're going to keep applying, and if that's what happens to our store in that time, so be it. We're not bitter about our link being published at all.
No.
We're very grateful.
I think we'll try and think of ways to sort of alleviate that pain if it was to happen again. You know, maybe sort of swing towards Amazon a bit more for that period or something like that.
We really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Hold on. Just got to show Faye this. Look, you're a